Talk about a career turnaround from Jalen Suggs. We're talking about a guy just 2 years removed from being a lottery pick that was already having the bust label hover around his name. And then in year 3, he sheds this label by doing what? Literally anything and everything his team needed. This guy was going to hustle and muscle that goddamn bust label off from his name if it was the last thing he was gonna do, okay? Guards could barely bring the ball past half court against this guy, and if you want to call him the best guard defender in the league this year, I'm gonna sit down and listen to you. There's a real conversation about that. All defensive second team, 10th in defensive player of the year voting, 8th in most improved player voting. This guy pushed back on that bust narrative faster than his hairline is pushing back against his forehead. My brother in Christ, there's holes of no hair on your head. The headband can't hide it. You got a Swiss cheese dome. But this is a guy you want to keep around as a core piece to your championship aspirations for as long as possible. Every great team needs a guy like this. A great defender, great energy guy. He turned into a real shooter this year, which Orlando needed desperately, and come playoff time, it became clear why players like these are so desired on the brightest stages. The guy shook off a knee injury, was a pest to Cleveland's dynamic backcourt duo of Mitchell and Garland, and still managed to get things done on offense even with the jumper not falling the way it usually does. We're going to end this segment off on some season highlights. We'll kick things off in the regular season and then get back to his stellar postseason play later on. But first, you want to talk about bringing personality to the court. No play better exemplifies that than this no-look alley-oop reenactment of one of the most iconic photographs in recent basketball history. Once again, Jalen Suggs just making the sport of basketball fun. And how about that time he put the ball between the defender's legs in the middle of a fast break to kickstart a 19-5 run against the Lakers. Mike Breen always describes Josh Hart as a guy that makes momentum shifting plays for the Knicks, and this right here, case in point, is exactly that. For Orlando, Suggs is fulfilling that very role. And then it's welcome back to the playoffs. Darius Garland, you're one of the best ball handlers in the league. That doesn't really matter to me. Thank you very much. Let me turn this into 2 points real quick. I hope you learned your lesson, bucko. Never dribble the ball in Jalen Suggs' presence. That was mistake number 1. I honestly really think I've never seen a dude with such a vast array of fun defensive highlights. There are a ton of great defenders, but a legitimately loud defender that can make the art of sliding your feet back and forth look actually entertaining, that's a new type of player, and I think I like it. But if you're not a fan of fun, here's a chart that somehow proves he's one of the best perimeter defenders according to the metrics. Me, I just go off of vibes, but if you want actual data, that shit stacks up in his favor too. Capiche?